Oh my gosh. All right. Ellie, how's it going? Hey, Ellie, okay, now listen to me. Have you finished the website? Have you finished the Showcase website? Yes? Oh, the expectations are very high. The students have worked super hard for this night, so it's got to be perfect, you understand. All right. All right, everyone, can we thank Ellie for working so hard on the Showcase website? Oh. All right. Can you hear me now? It's always just it's so hard to present without a little bubbly, the sparkling water. All right. So let's go ahead and turn this down. Is the audio okay, everyone? Is the audio okay? It reminds me of that magic water from the first Space Jam movie, right? Okay. Excellent. Very good. Everyone can hear me. Well, everyone, thank you so much for joining us tonight. This is the U of M and EMU Student Game Showcase. And wow, do we have a lot of fantastic games for you to play tonight. Oh my gosh, we got like 22, a ton of games, and a very, very diverse selection as well. Now, let's go ahead and get straight to it, okay? So first of all, what is this event? Well, the Showcase is an event that happens twice per year. It happens at the end of a semester, and usually when it's in person, pre-pandemic era, we get large crowds out. We have all of the games set up their own booths. It is super, super fun. You've got people walking up to play the games. It's the best moment you can have as a game designer for many people. You work so hard. You work for weeks and months on your game, and then finally, people are playing the game. They're walking up. They're having a great time. You get to see how they attack certain levels that you put in, certain design decisions that you make. You get to see the outcomes of those. It is a really, really special feeling. And then, of course, there's voting, right? Every team gets a bag. The players get to vote by putting a token into the bag, and then we win prizes at the end of the night. Some developers wear costumes. It is just a blast. I can't get over the costumes. We are planning to return to an in-person version of this Showcase event in fall 2022, okay? So hopefully we will get back to doing this and all the crazy costumes and the booths very soon. But we will also have an online element to it, okay? We will have a live stream and you'll be able to enjoy the night that way as well, okay? Yes, the pandemic has been very, very tough on a lot of families and a lot of people, and we're looking forward to getting past that, the issue to be able to have these in person again. Okay, so I hope you're looking forward to that as well. However, because we have the pandemic, we're going to do this virtually. Okay, has everyone been to 494showcase.com? I think a lot of people are there right now and are watching us at the top of the tile. I'll show it to you really quickly, and I need to quickly turn off the stream, otherwise my internet will go down. But this is where we'll be spending a lot of time tonight. 494showcase.com. It is a site that has a tile for each of about 22 games, including some research projects that are really cool. Mobile Shadow, and I think where did the other one go? Shattered Pixel Dungeon Visual Accessibility Mod, a version of Shattered Pixel Dungeon, a fairly popular top-down dungeon crawling game that you can play without having to see the screen, which is very, very cool for accessibility. But we've got all sorts of games, and we'll be explaining them, and we'll be watching trailers for them in just a moment, okay? So let's go ahead and get back to it, though. First, I want to answer a couple questions. what is EECS 494, right? This is the course that is kind of at the center of the event, along with our colleagues at EMU. EECS 494 is the main game development course here at the University of Michigan. And we do a lot of really fun stuff. The teams, the students, they get into teams of 2 within the first couple weeks of the course, and they re-implement a significant portion of either The Legend of Zelda, a 1986 famous Nintendo game, or Metroid, another great classic game from that era. But they don't just re-implement those games. They also add to them. They add a custom area with a custom mechanic. You may have seen Legend of Zelda before. You probably haven't seen it, though, with a motorbike, unless you've played the Breath of the Wild DLC, but no mind that, right? And so the students then go on, though, to work on their own designs, right? Not just recreating games from the past, but creating new games with fresh designs and fresh ideas. And you're going to be playing about 20 of those tonight, okay? I hope you're excited. Sometimes when a game is really successful, and we have, a good few of those that happen, the teams can go on to get publishing deals. They can go on to release their games to a wider audience. This is Yoked, which was a 494 project, a final project from a few years ago, has recently released in late 2021 to some pretty high quality reviews on Steam. So I'm looking forward, team, if you're watching, I'm looking forward to the upcoming console and Switch release. It's going to be a lot of fun. But here's the thing to note, right? Game development is not just about entertainment and traditional recreation. I love that part of it. But if you were to go down to Ann Arbor Spark, which is an incubator in downtown Ann Arbor, what you'll find is there are a lot of companies around, a lot of startups that are using extended reality for things that aren't just traditional entertainment or game development, right? You can use these technologies for pediatric medical care. You can use it to create social networks and visualizations, right? You can do a lot of things with it, okay? Here's an interesting research project that allowed us to quickly visualize the taps and interactions someone had with their phone. Here's a really cool product in downtown Ann Arbor. This is Brideview, made by a couple of my friends, T and Min Fan. They allow you to essentially design and visualize and plan your wedding before you drop the big bucks to make it happen. So very cool use of game dev technology, right? This is Spellbound AR in downtown Ann Arbor, run by Christina York and a bunch of Wolverine Soft and 494 students. This is a company that uses augmented reality to kind of bring to life, I'll get rid of my screen there for a sec, to bring characters to life as you scan your phone over them. The idea is to create games and experiences that distract children during scary kind of medical stays in pediatric wards, okay? And so it's a very, very human and purposeful use of game dev techniques and technology. One thing that's really cool is that we see more and more game development techniques and technology leaving the realm of games. I would like to show you something. This is Steve Jobs presenting at Macworld 2000. And he's going to introduce something that is very juicy, right? Juicy, a game development term, a technical term, if you can believe it, refers to when things just feel good visually. They're interactive, they're responsive, right? And we're going to see Steve unveil a feature that is very juicy. And you'll know when he does, because the audience goes crazy. They love it. Let's take a look.
Here I want. I can put websites, I can put documents, I can put anything, applications, anything that I use, and I can rearrange them at will, and the dock just accommodates anything I want. When I drag something out, it gets bigger. Right? Now, a question would be, well, how small can it get? Well, it can get pretty small, actually. You can actually set the maximum tile size, and it'll shrink from there if you have more stuff. But you can actually say, well, it'll get really small. I can hold like 128 things here. How would I ever see them, though, if they get this small, or if I even prefer them this small? Well, we have something we call magnification, which works kind of like this.
They love it, right? It is a really, really interactive and very kind of visually rich, juicy feature, but you're not finding it in a video game. You're finding it in an operating system. It's an operating system feature, right? And so more and more, there are these expectations that technology should be interactive, right? It should be built to be very usable with humans. And game development has a lot to offer non-games in that regard, okay? Let's go ahead and keep going. It's not just engineering work that our students do, because you need to get your systems made in a timely manner. You need to get them made in scope with the features required, and you need to take care of your resources. So a lot of business and production is done as well. The students manage tasks. They figure out who's working on what. Okay, how many man hours do we have available this week? Do we need to chop features? Do we have enough time to add some features, right? And so that part of it is a very, very big deal. Our students also need to think in a very kind of multidisciplinary, empathetic way, right? All of my students are engineers, but that doesn't mean that they can't. They should be thinking about art. They should be thinking about audio, music, design, narrative. All of these things contribute to a well-rounded, engaging game product. Okay, it isn't just enough to program something well. We need to think about the context in which our systems exist if we want them to truly be impactful and to last for a long time. So that is one of the things we have to do to level up from being a programmer to being an engineer, a well-rounded engineer, okay? Audio, of course, is a very big deal. One of the quickest ways to the player's heart is great audio. So as you play the games tonight, I would encourage you to think about and listen to the wonderful audio that the students put in, and also the timing of it, right? What kind of emotions are they trying to give you at any given moment? And of course, design. As it turns out, what you see here in the corner, if I get rid of my screen here, is what's called paper prototyping. This is when designers can try and reason about and figure out and experiment with game designs and systems before you spend the big bucks or the big amounts of time to put those systems into your game and get them working, okay? And so design is a huge aspect of game development, of course, and that often turns out to involve a ton of iteration. You are playing your games every week, you're making changes, you're watching other people, external people play your game every week, and you are deciding on additional changes after, from that. And you use that to keep iterating in the cycle until your game is routinely doing what you want it to do, delighting players in the way that you desire, okay? Now, game development, as I said earlier, is not just about entertainment, not just about recreation. And one of my favorite use cases for game development I've seen is NeuroVR, the NeuroVR laboratory at the University of Michigan under Dr. Krishnan. And this is a super cool use of VR and game development that I want to show you. Let's go ahead and take a look at the video. Right? So here we essentially have a virtual reality exercise, a virtual reality simulation where you are doing physical therapy rehabilitation. Doctors could eventually prescribe patients to play a certain minigame or to come in, do a certain minigame, and we're going to record your performance over time to make sure you're getting the workout and the rehab that you need for whatever your injury may be. A super human, a very, very impactful use of this game dev technology and techniques. And it was made by one of my former students, Daniel Kortemeyer, who was one of my best students, a true rock star, who really saw the potential for game development techniques and technology to go out there and do a little bit more than just entertain, okay, to really make a difference in people's lives. And Daniel worked on this, built this VR experience out to a wonderful degree. And unfortunately, Daniel passed away. He passed away not that long ago, in late 2020 of natural causes. And it was a humongous loss for the community, a humongous loss for Michigan. He had wanted to stay local and continue to contribute and build up our local scene. And he had so much impact when he was with us, and he was such a wonderful, wonderful person, and he had such an incredible outlook. He was very competitive, and he loved this showcase as well. In fact, he had a game at this showcase. He went through the course. It was called Turbo Neon, and him and his fantastic team did just a spectacular job in this game. I want to show it to you, because this game is going to be re-debuting tonight. We're re-releasing it, and you can play the game tonight on 494showcase.com. I encourage you to give it a shot. Let's take a quick look at the game.
Race across a pulsating cyberspace. Maintain momentum around corners. Tether onto other players to gain momentum. Split screen multiplayer. Race for glory in Turbo Neon.
A fantastic, fantastic game. The game is full of energy. Uh-oh, did I, let me see here. I think I might have cut my presentation here, but I'll finish up quickly. Turbo Neon, a spectacular, spectacular experience that the team worked very, very hard on. And you're going to have a chance to play it again today. The website has it right here at 494showcase.com. And I also want to thank the family of Daniel Kortemeyer, the Kortemeyer family, Anna and Gerd. They have supported this course to a great extent. They actually created an endowment for the course so that we could be able to fund things like new equipment, new controllers, and help our students have a great opportunity to keep XR and game dev education doing well in this community. So I cannot thank you enough, the Kortemeyer family, for supporting us all. And we're going to continue to make excellent games. We're going to continue to make games that aren't just for fun. I think that Daniel's outlook on that was absolutely perfect, and it will continue, okay? I'm going to get the presentation back up. Give me 1 second, okay? 1 second, everyone. Intermission break, all right? And I'll be back.